Hi, I'm Scott Houston. I wanted to take you on a quick tour through the different features that are found on every one of the Piano Guy One-on-One series DVDs. We get a lot of questions asking what the DVDs are like, and so I just wanted to take a quick chance to give you a quick tour of one of the titles. The one we're going to be working through is Silent Night. Now you're actually viewing this on I'm using my computer as a DVD player, so you can see here that this is the window where it's displaying it, and the actual DVD itself is in my computer right here. But whether you were looking at this window on a computer or on a TV, the typical DVD player playing through your TV, it would look just the same. Now, the main sections of each DVD are pretty much the same, no matter what the title. Again, this title I'm using for the example is Silent Night, but we have many other titles available in this series. And the idea is that every DVD focuses on just one song, so you can really get to a point where you play that song very well and very much like a professional would play it if he or she was out working a gig. So first of all, let me show you a couple different things. There are the sections where I actually do the teaching of the tune, as it happens in this area. Then there's a section where you can play along with professional musicians. It's play along files. There's one section on song and composer info. There's also a section, which is what I wanted to mention first, about accessing the lead sheets. Now in this series, when you get the DVD, you don't get separate paper lead sheets. The lead sheets are actually included on the DVD in a PDF file. So you need to insert the DVD into a computer that can, read DVDs, and rather than actually watching it on your DVD player, you'll see it something like this. I've actually got this on my computer. Here's the disc. It's similar on a PC. I'm using a Mac right now. But if I double click and actually open that disc up, again, I'm not looking at the DVD, I'm actually looking at the disc itself, you'll see a folder on here that says lead sheets. And when I open that up, sure enough, what will happen is you'll find the two PDFs, and there they are. And so you can just open these up and print them out yourself. And we also actually give you a lot of bonus chord charts in most of the DVDs as well. If you can't, for some reason, get to a point where you can get those printed out, although that seldom happens, we do have them available on the website as well, and that'll be explained. So let me close that, and now I'm jumping back into the actual DVD. Again, this is what you would see if you were watching this on your TV or using a DVD player to do it. This section down here, the player piano setup, a very neat feature, although it may not apply to many people watching this little intro, is that we actually have these DVDs encoded. So if you have a digital player piano by almost all major manufacturers except for Yamaha disc claviers, because Yamaha's decided not to help us out in the encoding and show us how to do that. We have the ability to turn on a system if you have any of these other instruments available and you hook it up to your piano. You can actually turn this on, and as I'm playing on screen, your player piano will play in synchronization. It's a very cool thing. Like I said, it's a little bit more than I want to get into in this quick intro, but if you have a player piano, I'd encourage you to pursue that further. Finally, let me get back into the main section, the Learn the Song section. This is where you're going to spend 99% of the time on the DVD. And every DVD has somewhere between 10 and 12 lessons. I think the most we've ever had is 13, and I think the smallest number I've ever had is 10. It just kind of depends on how the tune lays out. But I wanted to make this point that they all go through a similar progression. It really starts at the very, very beginning, just working through the basic melody, and then working through chords, and we put it together, and then we start going through some more advanced chords, and on and on and on. And it differs a little bit depending on what the tune is or what style it is, but the point is, it's like stepping up a ladder step by step. And by the time you get through all 10, 11, 12 chapters on the DVD, it really is the equivalent of taking 10, 12, 13 private lessons from me, quite frankly. And I think it's just a great value for the amount of content you get. And let's take a look just so you can see what one of these chapters looks like. I'll go ahead and click on one. This is what I shoot these in my own studio, and so they all tend to look like this. I have the volume turned down just because I'm talking on this thing, but they all look very similar to this. You want to see through some of them. When I put them together, if there's a section where we're playing through the lead sheet, oops, let me move back, you'll actually see my hands on keyboard whenever whenever it's working through a section like this. And you see the lead sheet up here, and we highlight wherever we are so you can follow along the lead sheet that you have. Let me find a section where I'm playing a little more here. There, now I'm actually playing through the tune. So you see that? So you can actually see when you've got this, if you're playing this, for example, on a laptop right on top of your piano, it's really a great thing to be staring right at my hands over the keyboard to see what it is I'm playing and also follow along on the DVD. So again, this is a very simple version here where it's the first time we put our hands together in this one. So that's what they all look like. Let me go back, and I'll go back to the main menu. And so they all work through this way. That's the Learn the Song section. Then finally, if you want to play along with, once you've learned a tune, you want to play along with some professional musicians. In this case, I had two different play-along tracks, a slow version and an up-tempo version. You can select one of these, and it will actually play the audio either with or without the piano. So you can hear an example of what it sounds like with the piano, with me playing. Or if you then want to hear the exact same thing without the piano, for you to play along, you can do that. It really ends up being a really fun way to be able to kind of practice getting through the tune. Again, the song and composer info very quickly is pretty much just what it says. There's a section on each one where I not only have some information about whoever wrote the tune, so just kind of some information, some good back information about the composer, and then I also take some time to do a discography and really have some of my favorite recordings of the tune, and I try hard to find really different styles of the recording so you can hear a good example if you do want to go and try to find some of these old recordings. It's as I always say, there's not a better way to learn tunes without other than listening to them a lot. If you don't listen to a lot of recordings, you'll never really learn how the pros have mastered the tune. So that's kind of it. That's all I want to go through on this. It's a quick work through, but all the titles are the same. There's a section on learning the song, which is where all the chapters are, and then there's some play along files, and then we have these other things available. So I hope you try one of these out. They really are fantastically well received and have been really some of the more fun things I've ever worked on from an educational standpoint. So I hope that helps you out. We'll answer any questions about what exactly it is we have on our Piano Guy one-on-one series. Thanks.